I'm Dick Westfall, and I'm the Vice President of LIB. I haven't spoken to a group this big in quite a while. So far today, we've heard about a lot of great work going on in the state, all over the state. And last fall, the Board of Directors of the LIB decided that it was time that we recognized some of this great work and that we express our appreciation to those of you who are doing it. So we decided to create an awards program. This is the first year, and we want to recognize excellence. And there's so much going on in the state, it's hard to just come up with one award that encompasses everything that's going on, so we created 3 categories. And in the program, you'll see something called the Initiative Award. That is designed for smaller communities that are just starting out to improve bicycling in some way. And they're taking their first steps, and sometimes the first step is the most important step. It's also the hardest step. So we want to recognize those communities that are taking that first step. The Project Award is just what it says. And the Innovation Award is for someone who has tried something outside the box. So we came up with this awards program. A good friend of LIB designed and fabricated our awards, so we actually have something to hand out. And before I talk about the recipients this year, I just want to say that there's kind of a common characteristic when you look at who gets these awards, and that's a willingness to try. You know, it's very easy today to shoot down an idea, to build up opposition to doing something, and all the recipients, as one of them said in a presentation, persevered through a lot of opposition. And that willingness to try, that willingness to do something is a common thread. The other common thread is a willingness to take some heat. Frankly, it's political heat. It's to do something that somebody's going to say, we can't afford that, or we're doing that, we have higher priorities. But all 3 of these recipients did something that improved bicycling in the state. So, the 2014 LIB Initiative Award is going to Morrison Friends of the Park, a group that formed in the late 90s to support Morrison Rockwood State Park, which is just outside the community of Morrison in northwestern Illinois. And one of their early ideas was to connect the park to the community with a bike trail. Simple idea. And like a lot of groups just starting out, they probably thought at first, well, this would be easy to do, and they encountered, they learned a lot, they encountered a number of obstacles. Along the way, they decided to do a community bike plan so that the trail connecting the park to the town would make sense in the town. They decided to break the project into phases, but they hung in there, they stuck to it, and now the second phase of the trail is underway and it will be completed. So we'd like to recognize the Morrison Friends of the Park, and to accept the award on their behalf is Glenn Ackerman. Morrison Friends of the Park.
We're very fortunate to be part of this group that was formed in 1997 in Morrison. It's a very special group. We all get along. We all seem to know what it takes to get along with people. So thanks again for everything.
The project award, it was hard to find a single project, single group. So much good stuff is going on in the state, but we wanted to recognize the city of Chicago with the 2014 project award, not for one thing, but for two things they're doing that, again, are pushing beyond what we typically do. One thing they've done recently is create a bike share program called DIDY, D-I-D-D-Y, where they have literally thousands of bikes at hundreds of stations throughout the city that you can pick up, take back. These are rental bikes. And it's in Illinois, this is a big deal. It's our first big bike share example in the state, and we hope that it can spread to other communities. And also, they're also developing what are called on-street protected bike lanes. These are facilities that are on-street, but there is a structural barrier or car parking between the cyclist and the vehicle traffic. And they're kind of in between an off-road trail and on-road bike lanes of shared use. And this is, you can imagine in the city of Chicago, these were not created on brand new streets. They took existing streets that had people using them already and created these on-street protected bike lanes. So there was some, they took some heat for it. There were some motorists who were not happy, but they stayed with it, and today there's more than 50 miles of these in the city of Chicago, pretty substantial facility with another 25 to 40 miles planned for 2014. So these two projects are quite an accomplishment, and to accept the award is the Assistant Commissioner for Chicago DOT, Sean Waddell. Okay, our final award is the Innovation Award, and the 2014 LIB Innovation Award goes to the Madison County Transit District, which is the short form is MCT, but that's the Madison County Mass Transit District. Most of us here working on bike trails are affiliated with park districts, forest preserve districts, conservation districts, cities, counties, IDNR, and others. But think about it. How many mass transit districts are doing something with bike trails? A lot of them are put bike racks on their buses. We'd like to see that. But this is pretty unique in the state. It's pretty unique nationally. So this Madison County is on the Illinois side of St. Louis. It's a growing county, and thanks to the Mass Transit District, they have over 100 miles of trails, over 9 trails, more are being developed, and this is a mass transit district, so that's a pretty big leap for that type of agency, and the people on the level. So we'd like to give the award to them, and accepting is their director, Jerry King.
I don't have a good side of the camera. I want to say thank you to LIB. I didn't recognize Ed without his biking helmet on, by the way. The only time I ever saw him, he had this pointed out. I've known Dick, I don't want to admit how many years I've known Dick. He was very shy that he did not recognize IDNR as part of our trail development. I think every trail that we've developed has had multitude of IDR grants, and thanks to Jeff and his staff, they're the easiest bikeway grants that we've ever had and utilized. I'd like to point out Mark Steyer, our engineer, who's been my partner in bikeway development. Mark, if you would stand up, please. He's worked for over 3 years. And finally, the most exciting thing for me today is to see all of you and your vision and your persistence and your patience in improving the quality of life of this great state. Thank you very much for this award. We will do everything to make sure that our trails are something that we wish you would visit. And thanks once again.
All right, everyone. Well, we have three sessions coming up, 3 time slots coming up.